Hi, this is Bob Trade Genius, 26th of January, and I'm going to start off with actually I'm going to start off with Google. I just want to show you something more of an interest in terms of just trading earnings. If you're interested, is it's been trading above its VWAP here, as pretty much the whole market's been, and then right before the earnings, it's been ramping up. It got outside of its bands, and so that would give me a clue here if I was trading earnings is that I would be more inclined to skew towards a sell off versus a lift off, and because they've already bid it up, and these are people that are more connected than you are in terms of where they think things are going to go, and you're just putting the odds in your favor. Anyway, just something to think about. Put moving VWAP on your charts and follow along with some of these earnings. If you see a big separation from VWAP, then you could put some odds in your favor for a trade. And so with that, now that SPY Google went down, you look at SPY and I'm looking at the futures at the same time, and I just have to laugh because Google went down 4% and SPY after hours went up. Just amazing to me how how it really has nothing to do with companies anymore. It has everything to do with unlimited credit from the banks, and they just have to get, I guess, overwhelmed to be able to push this market down. But today with the consolidation, we're still in overbought territory, and I'm looking for a move back down to the VWAP here. So, uh, I put some puts on a little bit going out into February. February is supposed to be a pretty bad month, first year of a president, and people have been buying VIX calls like crazy. And I still have my credit spread on too, 229, 231. I was going to pull it off a little bit earlier today, and they're holding up the price, so I'm going to roll the dice and see if I get burned or if it rolls back down. I'm suspecting, where the skew is on the option chains are right now, that 227 area might be an area that they'll pin it, but I'm just looking for it to just come down 50, 60 cents, and I'll be happy. And speaking of volatility, is you look at XIV, which is just crazy. I'm really just down to day trading this now because I'm so afraid to hold it overnight. I don't want to announce a swing trade on it because I just think one morning we're going to wake up and this thing's going to be down $15. There's going to be some news event in the world, some contrived event by the central banks, to something to just bring the capitalization of this market down, and they're going to use volatility to do it because they've been using volatility to bring it up. And people are buying a boatload of calls now, 15, 16, 20s. They're starting to get out in the March and April now too. And these are ones that are big enough that are being reported in the news. And, and people are throwing some big money around, so I don't think they're being stupid. But we'll see, but we day traded. We had a good trade on today. Bought at 61.29 and sold at 62.05. And like I said, I'm back to cash on it now. I'm just watching. Oil, again, I think, this whole dollar move. I'll go to dollar FXY first. This is the whole reason why the oil went where it went today. They crashed. They crashed the FXY, which then put pressure on gold, which put pressure on the miners. So it's just a game, and I really, quite frankly, I don't really understand what their fetish is, with the gold per se. That they have to jam the yen down to get the gold down. I mean, they're taking on incredible risk to put this trade on. SPY went nowhere today, so they didn't get paid for that. And so you're short at the end, the short gold. You didn't really get anywhere, I guess, because you have to cover your yen. When you cover your yen, gold's gonna go up. So I'm just trying to figure it out. It's still above VWAP, so whatever they're doing, they're not getting it. They're not getting gold to collapse. So if that's the hope, it seems like enough people now are just holding it. So we'll see. And beyond that, everything else is pretty boring. So. We'll just see tomorrow, but I'm more interested now for next week. I'd like for the market to settle down a little bit tomorrow, and then next week to have some fireworks. But it needs to start. It needs to start coming and moving both ways here a little bit for us, so we can make some money in the markets. But anyway, it's Bob from Trade Genius. I'll catch you guys all later, and good trading. Thanks. Bye.